One of the interesting things about Madison is that he was probably the smallest as well as the shyest of all the American founders, and in fact of all the American presidents. Madison was only about 5'4" or 5'6", and he didn't weigh more than 100 pounds. He was sometimes called the Great Little Madison, and his friends called him Jemmy. Madison was so shy and so modest. He often had to be asked by others to speak up so that they could hear him. One Frenchman writing back home who had met him referred to him as, quote, Mr. Mutterson.
Madison was probably one of the most educated people at the convention, although I think it was over 40 of the delegates had a college degree when it was very rare for people to have a college degree. And one of the things that helped was that everybody was trained in the classics. I mean, not just Madison, but the rest of the 40. And so when he would make a reference to an Athenian republic or something like that, or the German republics, well, he wouldn't have been effective as a speaker probably if he wasn't very well versed in the classic theories of government.
Robert Frost asked a question once. He said, who was the best dreamer of the American dream? Was it George Washington? Was it Thomas Jefferson? Was it Gouverneur Morris? He said, I've been thinking about this lately, and I think the best dreamer of the American dream was James Madison. And I think Frost believed that because Madison's dream for America was a land filled with people and self-control. In other words, a land of self-government.
Yeah, another interesting fact about Madison was that he arrived a full month before the actual start of the convention, and then once the convention started, he never missed a single day. He was the only delegate not to miss a single day. And a lot of people don't understand that the convention, that the Constitution was framed at, was secret. And it was so secret, they nailed the windows shut, they posted guards at the gates, and then they laid sod down in the street so when the carriages rumbled by, they would be quiet while they delegated. Interestingly, though, it stayed a secret not only during the time of the convention, but it was a secret all the way up until 1840 when Madison's notes were finally published.
Another interesting thing about Madison is that as great a politician as he was, he didn't win all of his elections. In fact, he lost election in 1777 to the House of Delegates in Virginia. And he lost because he refused to follow the tradition of supplying the voters with liquor. He was really shy, but something that's really interesting about Madison is when he was with his close friends or his family, he liked to joke around, and he liked to tell stories after dinner. One of the stories that he told after dinner one evening was about how on the floor of the House, when Theodore Bland was walking out of the House, he was a fellow member with Madison, he tripped and fell on a plank as he was exiting. And at the same time, another member of the House was standing up to be recognized to speak, and Richard Peters, who was a good friend of Madison and really quite a wit, interrupted. He said, "Mr. President, point of order. There's already a gentleman on the floor."